car camping, they said. Explore the freedom. It's going to be fabulous. Well, our trip quickly turned sour. Unfortunately, I wasn't prepared for the heat. And things are going to get really bad for me and dear old Polly here. Stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Let's hit the road. Okay, we are passing over the St. Lawrence River, which, like, typically up in our area takes us down into the States, but here it's still Quebec on both sides, so that's pretty cool. Totally different for us. I know the walls are in the way, but you know, for safety, they need to be there. But it's so pretty. Well, we're at our first stop. It was like 9:30, and I don't drive well at night, especially in Montreal, where I don't understand any of the signs. It's a little crowded in here. I might have packed a little too much stuff. I can't even totally get to my bed tonight. And I thought I would be at a spot before it got really dark. Polly, on the other hand, she's made herself quite comfy, taking up a third of the bed. We've got 2 fans going in here, so it's not too bad. It's a little warm, but it's not too bad, I guess. Yeah, it should be interesting. It's just a little pull-off on the side of the road. There's a lot of transports lined up along the highway. And there's, I don't know, 5 or 6 cars, I guess, still in this parking lot. When I first pulled in, there was a lot of cars and a lot of people taking naps in their cars. I've put up all my tinfoil except for my tinfoil. I don't know what it's called, thermo whatever. I still have this window right here that's not covered. I can't find a piece of Vanlife. I know it's in here somewhere, but I can't find it. So yeah, we're just gonna make do, and we're just gonna try and get a couple hours sleep anyways. And then as soon as the sun's up, we'll get going again. But poor Polly, she's been so sick. She's thrown up on me 3 times on the way here. Well, not on me, but once was really close, but that's a whole different story. I'm gonna go to bed now. You guys have a great night. Well, good morning, everybody. This is actually a good angle. I was trying to figure out how to show you where I slept last night. There's the bed. And that's pretty much where Polly was too. She took up a good part of the bed. I'm looking like a hot mess. I think people actually get up and do their face and stuff before they actually do a video, where I have not. As you can see, I've got a lot of that foil Vanlife stuff going on in here, which actually worked really well, even though it's just kind of taped in place. But it is sunny, and there's some grass, and it all looks sweet and great until you go this way. These vehicles last night, oh, when I first pulled in here, there were so many transports. I thought I was never gonna get to sleep, because as you can see, there's some across the road too. I thought I was never gonna get to sleep with the sound of all the rumbling. There we are. It's a really, actually nice little pull-off. And the Vanlife actually helps muzzle some of the noise. There she is. Good morning, Polly. Good morning. Did you have a good sleep? Poor Polly. She had a rough day yesterday, didn't you, Polly? And as for having a washroom in your car, yeah, it's somewhere buried under there. Somewhere. So it's a good thing we stopped at a pull-off. Do you have to go pee, Polly? Do you have to go pee? Come on, Polly. Come on. So as I was saying, you would think that I wouldn't be getting much sleep here last night. In fact, when I pulled off, I thought, oh my gosh, I'm never going to be able to sleep. But I've got 2 little fans in there that seem to work really well just to give you some silent noise or white noise, I guess. Poor Polly, she's on an overload, man. She's not used to being in public places with all the different smells. Like her grass smells like her chickens, you know, the occasional, she's got to squat everywhere she smells something. Our yard smells like, you know, the occasional squirrels, well, a lot of squirrels, and, you know, the chickens, the cat, but the same smells probably all the time. Where she's like, holy cow, man, there's so many spots to sniff here. It wasn't a bad first stop. I thought it was going to be a lot worse than it was. Polly, don't you go too far. She really should be on a leash, but I just felt bad because she's been stuck in that car for so long yesterday. No, she's 11 years old. All she does really at home is sleep anyways, but yeah, so welcome to day 2. That right there is the washroom, and it is so cute inside. We've got a lighthouse. There's all kinds of park area over there. Polly. There's the St. Lawrence River. This is where Polly and I have been sitting. So her bowl of coffee, her kibble, and her watering cup is right there. And then there's this gorgeous lookout there. Let's see if we can go take a peek. Nobody's up there right now, so. Can you hear poor Polly panting? She's been breathing like this all day long. It doesn't matter if she's in the air conditioner or out for a walk. She's panting very heavily today. Poor thing. By now it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I thought this was going to be our stop for the night because it did say that RVs are welcome to stay 23 hours, but I don't sit still well. And so we continued to move on, but we did enjoy this for probably a good half an hour. It's a lookout spot, but the St. Lawrence is out quite far, but this seems to be like a flood area, and it's really mucky and gooey down there. Polly wouldn't walk, but you can see another couple ladies that are having their dogs out for a run in this meadowy area, but it's kind of like clay and mucky at the bottom. It's really interesting. And then there's these pretty little birds out there. I shouldn't say little, they're actually quite tall. And they're standing in the water not that far away, really, from those dogs that are playing around. And they didn't seem bothered by it at all. It's kind of interesting. This is the rest stop. Polly's a bit of a scaredy cat. It took me 3 tries to get her to walk through that little archway. So I had to delete those videos and then redo it once I finally got her trained into how to walk through it. Poor pup. Oh, there's a little trail that goes this way too. Yeah, Polly. That girl. Can't really see anything from this lookout. us do that. I had to stand up on the bench. Oh, Polly! I kind of skipped over the walk, but here we are. Polly kind of freaked me out back there. I jumped up onto the, well, stepped up onto the bench, and oh, somebody's had a fire down here. And oh, look at this. Wow. Sorry, my finger's in the way. Horrible cameraman. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I jumped up on the step back there to see if I could take a look. Polly jumped up too. Only she missed the step and she went right through the back of it. And she dropped about 3 feet. She's totally okay, but scared the crap out of me. I'm like, oh no, how do I get her out? So I had to lie down on my tummy and pull her out. I should have videoed that. I should have, but I didn't. Oh. Whew. And here we are, back home, safe and sound. Well, you know, to our mobile home. Our car. Okay, so it's like 9 o'clock. Walmart is closing in a few minutes, and I couldn't find a place to stay because all those little stops say that they are closed and you can't stay there from 11 o'clock till 6 o'clock. So through the night, no one's allowed to be there. So I thought I'd rent a Walmart real quick and grab an extra fan for in my car because we're going to be just sleeping in the parking lot. Oh my gosh, look at Polly waiting for me, and there's the new fan amongst all the mess. Good night, everyone. I'd like to start off by saying thank you to Walmart for letting me sleep in their parking lot. However, I did quickly leave the property first thing in the morning and head to this truck stop because we were so sick and we didn't want to violate their parking lot any worse than we did. I'm heading home. It started yesterday. Polly has not been wanting to eat much. I even went and bought her a treat, some soft food. She's just not interested. I thought I just overstimulated her, overexcited her, wore her out because she literally just was zonked yesterday. I was having to lift her up and put her in the car last night, and again, you know, it's just not like Polly. Anyways, thought I'd just tuck her out. She is 11 years old. In the middle of the night, I thought the temperature had dropped. All of a sudden, I was chilly. I was like, woohoo! It's going to be cooler weather. And instead of reaching and shutting off the fans, I decided just to grab a blanket and cover up. And I woke up about, I don't know, half an hour, 45 minutes later with Polly making the most awful noises. And I let her outside of the van where she got sick a lot. Both ends. Polly's not feeling well. So I dealt with that for a little bit, got her back into bed, put down some towels for her just in case. And I was still freezing, and I just thought it was chilly because it just seemed chilly. I don't know. And then I woke up a couple hours later, breaking out in sweats. I also am sick. Now, I called the hubby, and he's like, well, that's really weird. And I'm like, yeah, it is. Like, how do we both get sick at the same time unless it's from heat? And because we didn't obviously eat anything the same. I spent the last few hours at a rest stop. Got some Imodium into me, got some gravel into both of us. I brought that children's gravel for the dog. So we're both taking children's gravel now. And I'm heading home. Polly is still just lying there. She's not interested in anything. The poor pup, this morning she didn't even want to drink some water. So I just want to get her back home. I got an old Gatorade bottle that has one of those little, you know, spouts on it. And I did force her to have a little bit of water. But not too much because, again, I don't want her to be vomiting too much. It is taking me, 2 days to get here, basically? But it will only take, if there's no stops, which I'm sure there's going to be lots of stops. If there was no stops, taking the interstate or the highway about 6 hours and 15 minutes. Which is kind of disappointing that it took me that long to get that far when I could just jump on the highway and be there in 6 hours. But I wouldn't have seen all the pretty scenery, right? That's the difference. Like from here, I'm not seeing much of anything at all. Where along the road I was taking, or the roads, because it was a couple of them, I was following the St. Lawrence River, and you know, every few minutes I was seeing the river. I stopped at almost every rest stop along the way to stop and look at it. I did realize that I don't really know how to stop and smell the roses. I'm great for advising people to do that, but I'm not really good at it. I get to a truck stop, I look around, and I'm like, okay, let's get in the car, let's go to the next one. I'm not good at just relaxing and sitting there. In fact, I got to one spot yesterday where there was like this pier that you could walk out, and I walked out to take some pictures, and I did a little video from there, and I noticed these people that were sitting there before I got there. And I was there probably, I don't know, half an hour, because I did talk to my daughter there and stuff like that. And when I was done, I was like, these people are still just sitting there and staring at the water. Like, what's going on? Kind of in admiration that they can do it, but kind of like, why? I don't, like, I'm just too wiry, I guess. I'm like, there's no book in their hand, there's no phone, they're just sitting there. They're not talking to people, they're just sitting there and staring at the water or the scenery. So I kind of admire that. At home, I can turn on the TV, or, you know, it's usually on my iPad, and, you know, start watching a show, and within a couple minutes, I'm up and I'm doing something else. I've got to go and do laundry, or I've got to, you know, just because I don't sit still long, and I don't sit still well. I never used to be like that. Not sure when that happened. Anyways, I'm gonna let you go, but I will chat with you when I'm home, probably. I do hope to do this again, but I need to feel better first. I want to be home when I'm sick, and I'm really worried about Polly too. So, yeah. Poor old dog. She's just not feeling well. You've had enough of the car, eh? It's time to go home.